Hey, how you doing? This is Peter at the McKernan Group. I was going to talk a little bit, and I have done a video before on short-term rentals, but this gives kind of like at least the last video was, a little broad. Some things to think about, especially when I work with clients looking for a short-term rental, which is, something that you put on Airbnb, VRBO. Some small hacks to look out for is one. The first thing is research the city before you even go to the agent. So research the city that you want to kind of buy in, and then start looking to see what the protocols are for that city, because there's a lot of cities that have put basically full, strangleholds on, doing any type of short-term rental. For instance, LA, the only time that you can do a short-term rental is if, you live in one of the units. So if you have 2 units on a lot and you do a short-term rental on the other unit. Not a lot of people want to do that. And they're really, the reason that they're doing that is they're cracking down on it because they don't want a ton of parties. A lot of people in LA are, for one, very close together, and 2, they're probably going off to work the next morning. But if you have some person doing a short-term rental right next to you in Venice, California, or Santa Monica, which a lot of people there, live there and work there, they want to wake up early, not have to hassle with, the noise issue or anything else, or a ton of people parking in their, potential parking space. So those are things that you need to look for is, okay, has the city cracked down, and what have they cracked down on? If you look out, and this, this pertains because I know quite a bit about Southern California. If you go look out in the desert where, Palm Springs, La Quinta, they've put, moratoriums on it. They've stopped a lot of short-term rentals because a lot of those people that live there had issues with other people coming in to buy short-term rentals, and they had to do something because those people, those citizens, pay a lot of money to the city to make sure that that city's well kept up. They don't have any riffraff like that, and for one, they're going out there to relax, not have 3 parties that are on the same street as you, over the weekend. So you really need to make sure that that city or county has not cracked down on those areas. And then another thing is, what's attracting those people to that area? So do you have a big lake? Do you have, a national park? Do you have, for instance, Disneyland? Or do you have something else that's really attracting those people to and from that area? And why are they coming? And how often are they coming? So those are things to look at too, is because, if it's seasonal, if they're only coming in the summer, okay, well, if it is seasonal, how much can you get through that season? Is that going to cover the vast majority of it? So if it's 6 months, and then the other 6 months you have sporadic, people renting it out, then okay, well, can you cover that whole, the whole year over that 6-month period, or are you going to be losing some money on it? Which you never want to buy an investment where you're losing money unless you know the upside by maybe fixing it up and then refinancing it. And then getting it, taking that money out or something like that. Those are things that, kind of say, okay, I can lose some money on it, but there's a lot of facets of that comparatively to, just ultimately losing money each month. So, okay, well, why are they drawn in? So city, why are they drawn in? And then ultimately, does that property fit the profile for what those people are looking for when they come in? So, for instance, I've helped some people buy properties out kind of close to Palm Springs, and they are looking for maybe a 2-bed, 1-bath, 2-bed, 2-bath, maybe a 3-bed, 2-bath. In reality, what they're looking for is, something smaller versus looking at a house, and those are usually 1,200 square feet tops, maybe 1,300 square feet. You kind of think about like a hotel room, for instance. But if you're going to, going in that same area, buying something that's, twice the size, 2,400 square feet, 2,500 square feet, it's going to be harder because not as many people are looking for it. So, what's the city doing? What's the draw? And then also, that last thing is, are you fitting that property profile that people are looking for to come in there to rent for a while? So those things you got to think about, those things you got to think outside the box to make sure that you're bringing in money each month, or at least that, short time period, so you can cover your monthly expenses on the other times that it's not being rented out. small things to think about, but to be precise and make sure you're a good investor versus someone that's, maybe just dabbling in it. All right. Thanks for watching. If you have any comments, leave them below.